Thank you, Madam Chair. With gas prices at or above $5 per gallon, Americans are feeling significant pain at the pump. In a recent survey of my constituents, 89% said they have had to change or cancel their summer travel plans due to the surge in gas prices. What a shame. I've also heard stories about how the gas prices, coupled with crippling inflation, have eaten into my constituents' savings and made it extremely difficult for families to make ends meet. These are the realities families throughout our country are facing, and yet this administration and many of my colleagues in this chamber appear to be out of touch with these concerns. Instead of taking action to relieve the pain at the pump, President Biden and congressional Democrats continue to blame and deflect and justify the irresponsible decisions that have caused gas prices to spike. Earlier this week, the President said, and I quote, "Out of everything lousy, something good will happen if you look hard enough for it." We have a chance to make a fundamental turnaround, renewable energy, electric vehicles, and not just electric vehicles, but across the board, unquote. No, Mr. President, record high gas prices are not a good thing. And it's disingenuous to act as though you are powerless, Mr. President, to do anything to address gas prices. My constituents did not want to suffer while this administration and congressional Democrats continue to pursue a radical green agenda. President Biden has already done enough damage. From its first day in office, he canceled the Keystone Pipeline and paused all domestic leases and sales. He has tried to blame everyone from Putin to price gouging and private industry, but the facts are clear. The Biden administration is currently sitting on over 4,400 pending applications for permits to drill, which must be approved so American workers can produce more American-made energy. Makes sense? In addition, Biden's regulatory and inflationary burdens are thwarting the creation of new large-scale refineries, which are also needed to increase production. The Biden climate czar, former Senator John Kerry, said last week that we don't need any more domestic drilling. My constituents and I beg to differ. Prior to President Biden assuming office, the United States was a net exporter of energy and prices of gas, again, dipped to $2 a gallon. The greatest nation on the face of the earth should never have to rely on Saudi Arabia, Venezuela, Iran, Russia, or any other hostile nation to meet its energy needs. It is also not realistic to believe we can transition to a green economy overnight without significant cost to consumers. However, we can regain American energy independence, create American jobs, and lower prices at the pump by implementing the pro-growth, common-sense policies of the previous administration, which is why I've co-sponsored American Energy Independence from Russia Act. Unfortunately, House Democrats have blocked this critical bill 7 times on this very floor. That means they're blocking energy solutions for lower gas prices by boosting domestic energy production. This includes resuming the Keystone Pipeline, restarting oil and gas leasing on federal lands and waters, and requiring a plan to replace the strategic petroleum reserve that has been drained by this administration. It's just not right. I don't know what message my colleagues, constituents are on the other side of the aisle. What message are they sending to the constituents? But back at home, the message has been very clear. And what are their constituents telling them? My constituents, the message is extremely clear. My constituents want Washington to stop its excessive spending, its excessive spending money we don't have to push a green agenda and lower prices at the pump. And we need to do it now. It's urgent that we do it. It's critical that we do it. Again, I urge my colleagues to join me in this fight, and I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Gentleman's
I yield
time
back
has
the balance of
expired.
my time.